You think the secret to attraction is the car you drive, the money you make, or the rehearsed lines you memorize from social media. You're fundamentally mistaken. There are men who walk into a room and instantly shift the atmosphere. Not because they're the loudest or flashiest, but because they embody a quiet, grounded presence that others instinctively recognize. Women aren't drawn to their possessions or performance. They're drawn to something far more primal, their essence. In the next few minutes, I'm going to examine the 3 foundational pillars that transform an ordinary man into someone genuinely magnetic. And the 3rd pillar is the one most men completely overlook, yet it changes everything. The first pillar is what the ancient Stoics called self-sufficiency, the ability to stand complete in yourself, requiring nothing external to feel whole. This isn't about wealth accumulation. It's about being a man who doesn't need a woman to complete his life, because his life is already rich with meaning. A self-sufficient man has a purpose that consumes his attention and energy. He's obsessed with a mission outside of romantic pursuits, whether that's building something, mastering craft, solving meaningful problems, or creating art that matters. He wakes up driven by his work, not waiting for someone else to make his life interesting. A woman wants to join an adventure already in motion, not become the adventure itself. Beyond purpose, this man makes his own decisions without seeking constant validation from friends, family, or the digital mob. He listens to counsel, considers it thoughtfully, then decides for himself and owns the outcome completely. This is what genuine leadership looks like. Here's what most men fail to understand. Neediness is a silent assassin of attraction. When you look to another person to fill your inner void, they don't feel like a romantic partner. They feel like an emotional therapist carrying the weight of your expectations. They sense the pressure of having to complete you, and that burden exhausts them. The magnetic man has already done the hard work of building a life he's genuinely proud of, filled with growth, contribution, and meaningful pursuits. That internal fullness becomes naturally attractive because it requires nothing from others. The second pillar is what separates a merely pleasant man from a genuinely good one: authentic integrity. A magnetic man doesn't operate from strategy or manipulation. He doesn't play games because games require pretending to be someone you're not, and that pretense eventually collapses. Instead, he practices what philosophers call congruence, complete alignment between his words and actions in every situation. When he makes a commitment, he honors it without exception. If he says he'll call, he calls. If he promises to follow through, he does. This consistency builds something more powerful than surface-level attraction. It builds trust, which is a foundation every lasting connection requires. Beyond reliability, the magnetic man is direct about his intentions. He doesn't pretend to want friendship when he's actually interested romantically, hoping to slowly convince someone to see him differently. That approach is fundamentally dishonest. Instead, he's respectful and kind, but crystal clear about where he stands. This eliminates confusion and demonstrates self-respect, which are both attractive qualities. Mystery might create initial curiosity, but security sustains genuine attraction over time. When a woman knows you're a man of your word, that your commitments mean something, your presence becomes a source of peace rather than anxiety. Integrity isn't about perfection or never making mistakes. It's about being honest with yourself and owning your humanity, even when that feels vulnerable. The third pillar is the game changer that most men completely miss: emotional resilience. This isn't about suppressing feelings or pretending to be invulnerable. It's about possessing the inner strength to remain grounded when life becomes difficult or uncomfortable. An ordinary man reacts when challenged. He gets defensive, shuts down emotionally, or lashes out in anger. A magnetic man responds differently. He can laugh at himself when he makes mistakes, not collapsing into shame or deflecting blame onto others. This shows he's not protecting a fragile ego. He's comfortable being imperfect. When someone challenges his ideas or calls out his behavior, he doesn't interpret it as a personal attack. He leans into discomfort with curiosity and asks genuine questions. He listens without immediately defending himself. This is what real confidence looks like, and it's incredibly rare. The magnetic man also shares his struggles authentically, not to seek pity or reassurance, but to connect human to human. He can admit when he's worried or acknowledge when he's made a mistake without his entire identity crumbling. This vulnerability creates the deepest form of intimacy because it communicates trust. The ancient Stoics understood something profound about human nature. The strongest person isn't the one who never falls or never struggles. It's the one who falls repeatedly and stands back up each time without losing their center or abandoning their principles. That resilience, that capacity to be fully human without breaking, is what people find most deeply attractive because it signals stability in an unstable world. So what truly makes a man magnetic? It's not about becoming someone else or adopting a persona. It's about becoming the fullest, most honest version of yourself through deliberate cultivation. Start working on your purpose today by writing down 3 meaningful goals that genuinely matter to you, not to impress anyone else. Then take 1 concrete step right now toward the first goal. Forget the cheap tricks and shortcuts that promise easy results but deliver empty connections. Focus instead on developing purpose, practicing integrity, and building emotional strength. These are timeless principles that create lasting magnetism. This isn't a quick path, but it's the real one, the path to becoming a man others naturally want to be around, not because you're performing, but because you're genuinely living well. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments which pillar you're going to focus on first.